Tzu Chi Singapore chapter divides its staffs into two groups to work in different places to avoid contagions. Suzhou Tzu Chi volunteers prepare vegetarian lunch boxes to frontline medical teams of 4 local hospitals. Okay, that's headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. In response to the COVID-19 epidemic, Tzu Chi Singapore chapter initiated a sustainable plan. The chapter has divided the employees into 2 groups to work at different locations. The entire plan will start officially in mid-March and continue until the outbreak in Singapore drops to the yellow warning line.
Does working at home become your daily routine? As the epidemic continues to rage, different industries and organizations in Singapore began to enforce a sustainable plan. Tzu Chi Singapore chapter also initiated related contingency measures to reduce the risk of the epidemic spreading.
这个事情真的是启发我们，真的要去有这样。
This epidemic inspired us to have this preparation. When facing a sudden incident, our action would not be affected. No matter to our care recipients or our volunteers, our service would remain the same.
或是我们服务的对象，都能够如常。
There are lots of people going to Suzhou on weekdays, so preventative measures should be done properly. In line with the government policy, volunteers implemented precautions seriously.
We do all this is to protect everybody, no matter for our volunteers, our colleagues, or sentient beings. They enter our Suzhou in a safe way.
Staff in the chapter started practicing working at different places from the end of February. During this period, a lot of problems were needed to be tackled, like technical issues related to computer settings and communications among staff. And this will be officially implemented in mid-March.
每一个部门的同仁
Every department is divided into Group A and Group B. That is to say, staff doing similar job are divided into 2 groups. If ever there is any staff in one group is sick, it would not affect our normal function.
This sustainable plan will continue to run until the epidemic in Singapore lowers to the yellow alert. Maintaining a peace of mind, being prepared, and responding calmly are the best way to protect everyone.
The epidemic outbreak is worsening in the United States, so the California governor issued an order last week to prohibit people from going out unnecessarily. This regulation also affects Tzu Chi volunteers who are helping the campfire survivors in Northern California. Worrying these survivors will contract the virus, volunteers are finding ways to help them.
The streets in California are empty because the governor has ordered everyone to stay at home.
That directive goes into force and effect this evening, and we are confident that the people of the state of California will abide by it.
With this regulation, people in the state can only work at home. Tzu Chi volunteers who are helping the campfire survivors must also work at home too. They carry out their assistance to the survivors through the internet.
A lot of the vulnerable populations that we work with in the campfire burn zone need to be protected from this virus that could potentially threaten their lives.
Although it is spring now, it's not in March in the mountain where the fire once scorched. Many people still live in mobile homes temporarily.
All the debris from the tree that fell back there, loaded.
Worrying these fire survivors will contract the virus as they don't have sanitary resources. Volunteers are trying to provide them with relevant supplies, allowing them to protect themselves and prevent the virus from spreading.
The capital of the Philippines, Manila, has shut down the city for a week. Many families were ready to prepare daily supplies as they can only wait for the government or apply for permits to allow family members to go out to purchase food. Tzu Chi delivered rice and living supplies in time. Since Manila was shut down, residents were forbidden to go out and can only stay at home to wait for the government supplies. If they want to go out to purchase, they need to apply for a permit.
May mga pagkakataon na hindi talaga maiiwasan. So para
I'm here to distribute permits because they can help us to set rules for the residents. The family that gets this permit can allow one person to go out to purchase living supplies.
nakalag po dito kung sino po yung mga inisyuhan natin.
Even so, living supplies are still lacking. Tzu Chi volunteers distributed rice and daily necessities to spread the great love. Another group of volunteers are also busy using the time to develop new vegetarian dishes.
志工每天在家就是准备素食，分享给其他的线上志工，大家可以看每天能有什么好料。
The epidemic can't stop the connection among people. As long as we stand strong together, we will surely get through the difficult time. The COVID-19 epidemic also affected people from all walks of life in Indonesia. City School has organized an activity to listen to the Dharma teachings. Every participant listened to Master Ching Yen attentively to learn the Buddhist law of cause and effect.
The novel coronavirus continues to spread, making everybody to restrict their actions. All businesses are affected. Although many doors are closed, people's hearts are not closed. Some Tzu Chi volunteers take this opportunity to learn to the Dharma teachings.
Seperti yang tadi disebutkan oleh Master bahwa benih dan buah itu saling berkaitan.
Just like Dharma Master Ching Yen just mentioned, the cause and effect relationship. I have thought deeply about this. Whether the virus appeared now came from the animals we ate before.
Segala bakteri dan virus yang ada sekarang ini dan tidak pernah ditemukan sebelumnya, itu adalah mutasi dari makhluk-makhluk yang pernah kita konsumsi sebelumnya.
Yuni, who encountered many difficulties in going meatless, decided to cook vegetarian dishes by herself. Rudy, who is a teacher, encouraged others to do good deeds with him.
Ya, misalkan saja saya juga mengajarkan anak untuk menyisihkan sebagian rezeki.
I will motivate students to put coins into bamboo coin bank, not donate once every month, but every day. Hence, we're doing good deeds every day.
Sisihkanlah uang jajan kalian itu setiap hari. Dengan demikian, kita bisa berbuat amal kebajikan setiap hari.
There are always obstacles to stop going meatless and donating money. Yet, during the COVID-19 epidemic, Tzu Chi Indonesian volunteers didn't stop listening to the Dharma teachings, but keep practicing it by all means.
The outbreak of COVID-19 has led to the postponement of schools at all levels in Taiwan. Educators at all levels have tried to continue classes, potentially turning to online teaching. This has become a good method advocated by the education industry for many years.
好，各位同学有没有看到老师啊？画面进来对不对？
New Taipei City Sangsha Longpu Elementary School sees students using a notebook while attending class to respond to this online education course. Around Lunar New Year in 2020, the COVID-19 epidemic erupted, and Taiwan's Ministry of Education told all counties, cities, bureaus, schools to develop a contingency plan to carry on with education if classes were suspended. Remote online teaching would be a major weapon in this battle, but how could grassroots teachers and students keep up with this demand?
往下拉，全部平台都可以用。
There are more than 20 educational platforms in Taiwan, such as Pagamo, which cover a wide range of disciplines and provide children with an independent learning environment where there are hidden concerns.
The government says the goal is to lock in online teaching platform. Speaking frankly, their vision of online teaching is not so open. I feel that if teachers go to these online platforms, they may actually do something.
Tzu uses American schools as an example. Online education focuses on system, which must include face recognition, live video, education platform, video recording, file transfer, YouTube, Facebook, etc. Resources have to be integrated for tracking and assessment. These mechanisms also must place equal emphasis to teaching and companionship, but in Taiwan, everything has been implemented and done in a piecemeal manner.
For example, if we look at assembling a car, if the teacher's ability is good, he can self-assemble one and drive it. But there could be problems as some teachers are not as capable in this field, and they may only be limited to a certain type of teaching.
In China, which has rapid development of internet applications, it may be of interest to examine how they do it.
That ding sound? It's the sound of Ding Talk.
Ding Talk was founded by Alibaba, a special communication software for enterprises. It has face scanning and GPS functions and can integrate text, voice, and video conference systems. But the epidemic outbreak, online teaching was introduced through this platform. However, the company's urgent human tracking system and offline detection and constant messages has put even more pressure on students. However, the completeness of the system also depends on the daily practice of the teacher, learning from mistakes. Social science teacher Pan Yongsi uses Google Applications program to allow students to cooperate with each other to draw a map of the world's religious development.
Who draws which block and doesn't bother others, as everyone can solve it online and achieve a good connection and interaction.
In fact, online classroom assignments can be done in a physical classroom, simulating distance learning to test children's self-control.
Maybe I suddenly feel bored in class and I want to suddenly open a web page. This is an exercise in self-control.
Now you can immediately see who hasn't finished the work.
This online teaching system with real-time interaction with recording ability can be used for tutoring and cross-school learning in the future. Although the rural internet network is insufficient, it could increase the gap between urban and rural areas, but improving scientific and technological capabilities has more far-reaching significance.
Now this epidemic provides an opportunity for future learning, breaking through the traditional styles of teaching.
In the face of environmental challenges, if we can overcome difficulties and reverse our current pattern of education, we have a very good opportunity to use this crisis to be a turning point in education.
Suzhou Tzu Chi volunteers launched a 30-day campaign for Going Meatless. They provided free vegetarian lunch boxes to the medical staff of 4 hospitals. A pack of ginseng green powder and a handwritten card were also sent to cheer them up.
The 30-day campaign for Going Meatless is to prepare vegetarian meals for the medical professionals of the hospitals in Suzhou. The meals must have sufficient nutrition and rich in varieties. The chefs should know best about the benefits of vegetarian food.
I started cooking vegetarian dishes from 2012. I cooked meat dishes before and never got in touch with vegetarian food, so I don't know vegetarian dishes are indeed very good. I have been embracing vegetarianism for 5 years already.
Everyone should get 1 set of vegetarian meal with sufficient amount of rice and dishes. There is also a handwritten card to warm medical professionals' hearts. Bring 150 lunch boxes. Volunteers go to 4 hospitals to distribute.
The lunch boxes is organic and hence very nutritious. And here is our blessing card. Best wishes to you. You see, this is our ginseng grain powder. There are many grains inside, so you can soak it with water to drink.
Initially, we simply wanted to write a thank you card to our medical professionals, yet we always heard that Master Zheng Yan is calling everyone to adopt vegetarian diet. So we would like to take this opportunity to advocate vegetarianism to our medical professionals and at the same time expressing our care.
The chat group keeps receiving positive feedback. During the current epidemic, medical professionals take the lead to eat healthily so as to combat the virus.
In Wuhan, China, 2 brothers Chen Qingsheng and Chen Qingfeng own an ophthalmology clinic. In January this year, Wuhan Union Hospital lacked protective equipment. The 2 brothers invited colleagues to donate goggles and medical gloves to the hospital. Also, they offered to prepare glasses for medical staff free of charge.
It has recently become the main reason for eyeglass damage.
It seems that it has been soaked with disinfectant or alcohol. It's completely loose. You see, the glasses frame became like this, so he has to change the frame.
The doctors coming from Beijing also came to repair his eyeglasses.
Have you soaked it in disinfectant? It cannot be worn anymore. It is completely damaged.
I plan to repair it when I return to Beijing, but is it repairable?
Yes, you came here to save our Wuhan people. We are very touched. I told him a few days ago that before you leave, you should also feel Wuhan people's appreciation to you. Now I'm going to replace it for you free of charge.
Thank you very much. We should do this. Everyone should help each other in society. We came to help Wuhan people, and Wuhan people now help us.
Chen Jingfeng, his wife Ding Chuihua, who is a Tzu Chi volunteer, and his elder brother Chen Jingsen knew Wuhan Union Hospital lacked goggles in January. They immediately donated more than 240,000 pairs of goggles to the hospital along with their peers. They were also willing to repair eyeglasses or replace new ones for medical staff.
This is the record. We have donated a lot of goggles, medical gloves, and eye protectors. A friend of mine who studies psychology said that they were volunteering in Lei Shenshan Hospital and could not go out. Yet their eyeglasses were seriously damaged and they could not see clearly without eyeglasses. I said I had a 7-seat car. I could go there to pick them up. I could also send someone to the hospital for repairs.
During the epidemic, Chen Jingfeng took the initiative to offer a helping hand to medical staff when there was a need.
I can see clearly now. Originally, the world was blurred. This pair of eyeglass was damaged before, yet I can see clearly now.
Tzu Chi volunteers went to help a solitary senior, 95-year-old Mr. Shen, clean his house. He has been living in a dirty environment for 20 years. Another senior, Mr. Ji, was staying with him for a while, but Mr. Ji had made his house a mess and later left at the end of February. Tzu Chi volunteers took this chance to clean his house.
Tzu Chi volunteers are cleaning away garbage on the floors. This 4-story house is owned by Mr. Shen, but while he allowed Mr. Ji to live here for free for 20 years, Mr. Ji made a huge mess here.
Every floor is filled with garbage because none of it has been removed.
Here are many clothes and toilet paper. I have removed several bags of used toilet paper. Since I do recycling, I feel this place is like a recycling station.
95-year-old Mr. Shen lives on the second floor of this building. He cooks and eats in this tiny room. He once worked in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs when he was young. His 3 sons all live in Los Angeles, so for 20-odd years, Mr. Shen has been living alone all by himself.
Volunteers cared about me and comforted me, besides my parents who were so nice to me. It is Tzu Chi volunteer Tina who is also nice to me.
Tzu Chi volunteer Tina, to whom Mr. Shen refers, is Sister Yo and has been visiting Mr. Shen for over 2 years. Mr. Shen never feels secure, so he calls Sister Yo every day. On this day, over 10 Tzu Chi volunteers came to clean Mr. Shen's home.
He lives in such a dirty environment, so I feel for him. We had thought to wait until the epidemic became stable to help him, but it has become more serious, so we decided to help him now. And he too felt he wanted to reorganize it.
Tzu Chi volunteers not only came to clean his house, but they might also hire a caretaker to look after him in future, so that Mr. Shen can live comfortably in his old ages.
In the city center of Jakarta, there is a 100-year-old Shen Tian God temple. The temple staff included Chinese and Betawi people. Despite ethnicity and religious difference, they work together to maintain the temple. This Shen Tian God temple, which is located in a town in central Jakarta, was decorated with over 300 lanterns since the beginning of the year, with many kind-hearted patrons named on it. There are temple staff in charge of temple maintenance daily. Yamin has been working in the temple for more than 4 years. He's got Betawi blood in him and worked as a cleaning staff and security guard of this temple. He was born to have Islamic faith and lived nearby the temple since young. 6 years ago, he moved back to Jakarta and chose to work in the temple because of his old age. He believed that every religion should guide people to do good deeds.
There's no religious difference for work, it's all our choices. Every job is good. I grew up here, so of course I should take care of here.
The temple was founded in 1856, and there are many Betawi communities nearby. They've participated in many events in the temple.
Ya, saya sebetulnya memang orang dari lahir di Betawi sini. Jadi kita merasa ya istilah menjaga lingkungan.
We were born here, so we must take care of it and help each other. We invite everyone to help whenever we are hosting an event.
Apapun yang misalnya kata ada perayaan apa, event-event apa itu kita selalu dibantu oleh lingkungan.
Every time there's a celebration in the temple, residents in the neighborhood will all come to help maintain the order so the event can run smoothly. Chinese literature culture was once banned in Indonesia for more than 30 years, so it's rare to encounter people able to pass down these traditional cultures. However, many universities in Indonesia began to form art teams to restore traditional artwork now that the ban no longer exists. Let's meet a member of a glove puppetry team. Glove puppet theater originated from China and had incorporated local culture after it came to Indonesia. It had a golden period in Indonesia, but as time changes, fewer younger generations are learning the art. Wahui, a glove puppetry team member from University of Indonesia, devoted his passion to the craft and hoped to present Chinese legend stories to more audiences.
Nah, kebetulan waktu itu pengen belajar wayang karena wayang kan salah satu budayanya. Itu belum ada apa namanya?
I happened to want to learn glove puppetry because it's a traditional art, but I couldn't find a place to learn at that time. Luckily, I met my college professor and I joined the team to learn the puppet culture. Now I'm still very into this art.
Sanggar Ibu pengen belajar tentang wayang kayak gitu. Ya, sampai sejauh ini alhamdulillah nyantol dan tetap pengen di Rumah Cinwa terus.
He got to know glove puppetry because he saw a performance at school. His family's support gave him great motivation and confidence to pass down this traditional art.
Masuk 3 tahun gabung di Rumah Cinwa.
I've joined the team for 3 years and we've got great connections. What we've been doing has won recognition from everyone.
Aku lakukan nih ternyata diterima dan banyak orang seneng.
Every performance they toured to a different city with over 10 team members and a band. Their young energy has brought hope and light to this traditional art form. New Jersey Tzu Chi Academy has officially launched online classes in mid-March as teachers and students still wore a uniform to show a good learning attitude. Take a look and see you next time.